So it has been almost a year. It has been like 10 months, I think, since we had the big review bombing and everything in War Thunder when the community finally demanded change from Gaijin. And where are we now? Is War Thunder changed for the better, or are we in a better place than before, per se? Well, we are going to find out. So, buckle up. Okay, so we are currently at this stage. We just had the first major update in the year. Ever since the last year's like Silver Lion changes and stuff like that. Which are, I'm going to say it, pretty decent. Pretty decent. Now, you don't really have to worry about going broke even without premium vehicles. Still not the best, but it's much better than it was before. Let's say that. Right now, they are improving a lot of stuff, what you can see, and they are going to improve a lot more stuff. In that, we have the economy change too, where you're going to have research bonuses for other nations that you haven't researched yet. That's good. We'll see how they implement it though. So we are right now here. They're adding some small stuff, but I feel like the main problems with the game are still not answered. And they're still not, like, nothing has done about it. And I'm talking about the premiums, the shady practices that they are doing, and everything else. Because there is a lot. So we are going to watch his video first. We're only going to watch the bait and switch part in the beginning. And then we are watching the I beg you part at the end. So let's check what Linika has to say.
War Thunder marketing is built on this game's main strength, the sheer undeniable amount of various war machines it has to offer. No other similar game in the market comes even close to all the planes, tanks, helicopters and ships of War Thunder, and the marketing team at Gaijin Entertainment makes sure to use this in all of their promotional material. So, when your average machinery of war enjoyer stumbles upon this game, they can't help but be amazed. No way!
That is absolutely true. This part, what he's saying in the beginning, the reason I am still playing War Thunder is the reason I am still enjoying War Thunder a lot is because they have so many vehicles. And they have so many modern vehicles. That's the main part. Because, like, stuff like the Tiger, stuff like the Mouse that he's going to just list now, stuff like the World War II vehicles, the Cold War vehicles, World War I vehicles, there are games that do those two. So, and not one or two. There are games that do the modern ones too, but there is way less, with way less variety. The modern vehicles in games usually like consist, we have like a T-72, we have like a T-80, if we are lucky we have like a Leopard or Abrams or something like that, and some helicopters and planes. Arma does a pretty good job with this, but Arma is a totally different game. For simulator games, I have not really seen many that does modern stuff. Other than this, we have like squad and such, but there's not that much variety of vehicles that you can use and drive. So that's why it's really damn good.
This game has the Tigor, the Mouse, the Abrams, the Flying Fortress, Tom Cruise the plane, a Call of Duty killstreak, and some unknown alien technology? I'm in. And this is how they catch you. It is indeed true that you can use all these vehicles in the game, but what you don't realize is how much it would cost you, either in your cash or your soul.
I mean, yeah, soul, I guess you can say that, but it's time. I guess that's what he's referring to as soul. Because grinding out the top tier vehicles without premium vehicles and premium... don't even start. Years. That's years or months of constant grinding. Not worth it. Literally not worth your time.
Thunder structures its vehicles by ranks, and currently there are 8 ranks. Rank 1 being biplanes and very early World War II planes, and rank 8 being the latest and greatest jets like the F-16 or the Su-27. When you install the game, you only have access to the initial rank 1 cringe mobiles, and have to grind your way up the ranks. This is the first big hit to a new player. They realize that they won't be flying those cool jets from the trailers anytime soon. Bait and switch is the first sin this game commits, but it is also the least evil one. It's a free-to-play game, so it makes sense that they don't just give you everything from the get-go. And so, the noob sets out on a journey to grind for the shiny top-tier jet. They take their biplanes and play the most noob-friendly mode, Air Arcade.
Okay, now he's just going to talk about like Air Arcade and how big is the switch between Air Arcade and Air Realistic. Then he's going to talk about like radio silent stuff, like the what are these? Like the tutorials and stuff are not really good in the game. They're not really teaching you in-depth tactics and shit, which I think they shouldn't. To be fair, I don't think that the game is the one that should teach you like tactics. That's something you should learn on your own, and you should develop your own strategy and other stuff. To be fair, I feel like that's fair, that you should develop and see what can you do, because it's not real life still. So they can teach you whatever you want. They can teach you what this guy wants you to know. That might not work for you. People to people, this is still a game. This is not real life. There are going to be playstyles that work in this game and would not ever work in real life. So I feel like teaching the basics of a vehicle, how some weapon system works, how some stuff works on the vehicle, like radars and all that. I think they are doing that right now. They just added a bunch of stuff, and I think they're planning to add more. So that's okay. That's good. I don't have any problem with that. The problem I have is what he's saying with the... Let's say, I am going to call it predatory practice, because you actually see those shiny jets and everything in the trailers, as he says. But you either pay a bunch or you either grind your life until you get there. Although apparently Air 3s are not that bad, especially if you do the bombing stuff. That's what he doesn't like, because he wants to PvP and all the other guys with premiums just bombing PvS stuff. I mean, it's fair concerns from him, but still, I don't think it's like that big of a deal in a way, because you have to grind up. Because I don't wanna like play, you know, on .br. If I buy a premium vehicle, I at least wanna being able to make in a reasonable amount of time a lineup in .br, or I wanna go beyond that. That's why I'm buying that, because I don't wanna fuck around with the lower tiers. Because for some people, I know War Thunder community, I am going to go full com for this. A lot of people are saying that low tier is just better, and you are going to realize that lower tier is just better. But what I realized is people saying that because lower tier is way more forgiving than high tier and top tier. It's just way more forgiving. You can take hits. You can make mistakes. In top tier, if you position yourself bad, you're dead. You're dead in one taps. You can die from helicopters. You can die from jets. If you position yourself in the open, or if you position yourself wrongly, or you're not paying attention. So playing on top tier requires a lot more like focus usually than playing in a lower tier. That is what my experience has been. I grinded myself out without premium vehicles and stuff until like rank to the first Leopards in German Tech 3. It was okay, but it felt much more forgiving than when I got myself into with the premiums, because I did buy premiums when they were on sale, of course. If you're buying premiums when they're not sale, you're literally just crazy. It's not worth the money. So I feel like many people are mixing these things up. But yeah, if you wanna have like fun and not stress out that much, and you want the more forgiving gameplay, yeah, lower tier is better. Your Panther, your Tiger, your Sherman, your T-34, all that, they can take a punch. They can take sometimes more than one hit. But on top tier, since you have drones, since you have helicopters, since you have jets, since you have everything, thermals, night visions, whatever, bro, like fucking satellites shooting rockets at you, it's harder to stay alive. And you have to pay much more attention to where you are in the map, where they can see you from, how you position yourself, if there is like a tree up over your head so the planes cannot really see you or spot you that well. Sometimes that helps, sometimes doesn't, because they have thermals too. So it's difficult. It's more difficult, I feel like, because it's harder. It's harder to die. It's easier to die. Much easier to die. So yeah, we got that out of the way. Let's see what he says in the back, later in the video. The I beg you part. Beg of you part.
If you decide to play this game, don't fall for bombing and premiums. They're only there to distract.
Yeah, that is what I was talking about, that he doesn't really like the bombing and premium parts. But apparently that's how you can grind pretty well. I mean, that's what I heard. I haven't really played Air, so I am not sure.
You and drain you of all your cash. I would only recommend buying premium account when it goes on 50% sale, and these happen quite often every year.
I don't want to be rude, but this sounds like he's just salty because many people does this at his BR or at top tier with planes. And because of that, he's losing games. I can only go for that. I think that's the reason he doesn't like it. But he brings up a fair point. You're not going to learn how to use your planes while you're just PvE bombing and stuff. That is totally fair.
Keep in mind that this is a PvP game first and foremost. If you want to succeed and have fun, you need to get good at PvP. You need to learn the basics of air
That is fair.
combat, and thankfully, Defin YouTube channel is there to help. Learning it is hard. Learning planes and their quirks is hard. Learning to aim and maneuver is hard. But eventually, I promise you, it will click. And then you will be having true fun that does exist in this game. You just have to work for it. This game will try to frustrate the hell out of you. A frustrated player is more likely to buy premium features after all. Don't fall for it. If you think air combat just isn't your thing, I recommend quitting and spending your cash elsewhere. There are plenty of amazing games worth your time and money, and War Thunder might not be one of them. At the end of the day, free-to-play games are just a business. They want to drain you of as much money as possible. If you're not having fun, leave. Throwing more money at this game never helps. Only improving as a player will let you have fun and enjoy your time with it. And with that, I bid you farewell. Don't let these people scam you out of your cash and your time. Be wise. Be safe.
Okay. The end doesn't really matter too much, to be honest. What can we take away from this? What can we take away from this one thing that he's saying at the end and everything? Yeah, Gaijin do want to drain you from your money. That is kind of obvious because they are making changes sometimes and they are adding premiums in a way. They implement premiums in a way that even if you buy the premium, you still feel like you have to pay more. Because you buy a premium vehicle for like what? $70 or something? The new ones, like the Christian and the Fuji and all that, they're like $70. Now you get 20 backups with them. And you get like 2k gold. With 2k gold and 20 backups, 2k gold, I think like 120 is one backup. Let me check real quick actually. I am not positive about that actually. Yeah, 120. So one backup in 10.3 is 120. So you can buy like 10, 15 more backups. With that, so you have like 35 respawns. Let's hypothetically say that you have one vehicle in top tier with 35 respawns. No wonder people are leaving after one death. Now, you can invest more. Like in some way I did. And buy like two vehicles. Buying 2 vehicles is usually, honestly speaking, enough. To grind, it's perfectly fine. and you're not like hindering your team in a way, because you can respawn with those and you have backups on those too, if you feel like using them, of course, because sometimes the team just gets steamrolled. So why would you respawn when people with full lineups just die with their first vehicle, then they are raging because they see the premiums and die again. So it's pointless to respawn sometimes and waste those big backups. That is fair. So there's a lot of people that just going in the game and they don't respawn. They just leave. That is something many people hate in the community, and that is something Gaijin is doing purposefully, more than likely. So they either want to make you buy more premium vehicles, or they want to make you spend a bunch of golden eagles, on backups, so you can respawn. I mean, you can not respawn that many times, but you know what I mean. So, that's bad. That's just a shitty practice. And we are going to talk about like what I think they should change in a bit. So next is what he's saying. Yeah, these bombing runs and doing this PvS stuff in a PvP game, it's maybe shitty. But honestly speaking, grinding out a 3, I don't really care about my win rate, I don't really care about my KD, I just want that RP. That is my main focus. When I buy a premium vehicle, when I bought my premium vehicle, I did not care about my win rate. I did not care about what I did. The only thing I cared about how much XP I get, how much research point I get, and how fast I am getting to top tier. That was the only aim. So I grinded, and I grinded a lot. I died a lot. Sometimes I died one time and I left because I couldn't even respawn, because I did it. I just went, helicopter came, killed me. Nothing you can do. It happens, sadly. But it's not like it's really the player's fault. It's the game's fault. Because firstly, it lets you go in like that, like with one vehicle. But it would be kinda interesting if they would like block you going in without more than one vehicle into the game. And yeah, there is a bunch of premiums in top tier. So there is a bunch of people buying these premiums. And I'm telling you right now, even for $70, there is plenty of people buying these new premiums. Like, there is at least like five new, I think at least like 5 new, like Fuji or like the Christian 2 or whatever else. There's at least like 5 new of these premium vehicles in every game that I've been in since I came back to play. This is a problem. The premiums and everything is a problem that Gaijin has to do something about. And by do something about, it's clear that why are they there. Because they created the incentive that you have to get these if you wanna get to top tier in any reasonable amount of time. You have to get it. It's not like you want to get it per se, although there are some premium vehicles that I like because of how they look, and that is the reason I choose them. That is the reason I choose the Wolfpack, for example, in the American 3. It's not because the Wolfpack is such an amazing vehicle, because it is not. It's not an easy to use vehicle, and it's by all means not an amazing or OP vehicle, like per se a 2S38 in the Russians, or a Leopard 2 in the Germans, but at least the Leopard 2 is a fantastically good vehicle. It's amazing. But I choose these vehicles because I like how they look. That is the reasoning behind it. Not because they are so OP, and not because I can like grind faster with them. Because I'm pretty sure I could have grinded the US out with the M1 faster than it took me with the Wolfpack. So yeah, we have this incentive that Gaijin is making you want to buy these things. They're making you want to buy premium. They're making you want to buy these premium vehicles. And I would not have a problem with that. So the reason I don't have a problem with this is because, like, many games, you have to pay a bunch, and then you get like 100 hours out of it. Like, you get 100 hours of gameplay out of it. In War Thunder, you can get thousands, tens of thousands of hours in the game easily. For one, that is because you have to grind that much to get to top tier. For two, it's because it is actually enjoyable gameplay wise. I enjoy playing the game. I know when I make a mistake, I know what I need to do different, I know if I do go over that hill now, I'm going to get blasted, I should not go over that hill, I should stay under this rock and next to the tree, so the vision is blocked on me, and all that, you know? And then there is just one little, like, line that I have to look at where enemies can come from, so I peek that, they come, I kill them, then I move up to the next location, blah blah blah. So you are learning, there's a learning curve in the game, and that is really fucking fun. It's really damn fun, to be honest. But what is not fun is the levers and everything that he's talking about. The people are just buying the premiums, rushing in, they don't care about everything, and it's kind of fucks up your gameplay because there is a bunch of people like inflating and like maybe lifting up sometimes win rates on certain nations and stuff, so the wrong ones get buffed or the wrong ones get changed, which is pretty damn bad, to be fair. We can see that right now the American win rate is like in the dirt because of the clickbait spam. So we can see these things. So we can see and look at these things and think of ourselves that this is not good. This is not working. So the other thing is the premium. The premium, actually I'm okay with the premium. It is a free-to-play game. If you wanna play like the faster version, you should pay premium. That's fair, I guess. Because they still have to pay for the development and everything they are doing. And still have to pay the workers. So the premium being there, I think that is fair. That is okay from my point of view. Because it's, at the end of the day, it's a free game. You're not going to go into a restaurant and demand free food every day. But that's what you can do basically with War Thunder. So paying with the service that you are getting is not something that I am against. So that's why I am totally fine with the premium. But I am not fine with the amount of time that it takes to grind out anything without premium. That is just not good. Right now, the current like premium RP gain, that should be the normal RP gain. So you have people that can go through these trees. There's so many vehicles to grind out, bro. Even if they say that people are just going to grind this out and they're going to burn out, hell no. I mean, I grinded out like the US, I grinded out the Germans, and I am getting ready to grind out Sweden. There's so much stuff to grind out. If there's people that like these vehicles, they wanna experience a lot of them. They're not going to leave your game because they get to top tier. That is the most bullshit argument Gaijin can come up with. So, increasing the RP gain per game should be a given. It should be a given. It should not take months, in a good case, to get to top tier or get close to top tier. That is ridiculous, because we are talking about one nation at that point, and then that is just one nation's one tree, like a grand tree. Then you have to get the helicopters, then you wanna get the aviation, then there's another tree, then there's like 7 trees, or how much is right now in the game? I don't even know actually. Oh, it's more, bro. What? It's 10. I'm so dumb. So yeah, we have problems with the game in general, but having the premium is not a problem. Now, for the premium vehicles. The premium vehicles are a problem. And I feel like the way that they could like have these premiums, because they have to make money somehow other than the premium. So they have the premium vehicles. It's okay. They are skins. They look cool. They should make like cool and unique vehicles there. like them different variants and stuff. That is nice to have, actually, nice to have. That's a good way to support the game too. But the prices are ridiculous. Even if you get like some premium days with it, even if we go out with it, it is just ridiculous, I think, to pay that much for these things. Or you should be able to buy the vehicles separately from the packs. That is something I think that you should be able to do. But the prices should be and could be at least halved. At least halved. And I think they should remove the backup stuff from the premium vehicles. You should be able to respawn with your premium vehicle free. Because that would solve so much problem in top tier. That would solve so much problem in top tier. If you have a free respawn with your premium, one free respawn. That's all I am asking for, Gaijin. One free respawn on the premium vehicles. And we are already going to see significant improvements on top tier 2. And overall, the RP gain must increase. It just must. I know Gaijin has to make money, but they can do that through selling interesting and unique vehicles. They can do that through selling the premium still. And they can do it many damn other ways. There is a lot of stuff that they can implement. They can implement more skins to the game. They can implement more like camouflage options to the game. Or putting like more decals on or stupid shit that you can buy to put on your vehicle. Many people are going to do it. People are running around with goddamn Christmas trees and lights on their tanks, bro. You can see them from a mile away. People don't care. People run around with anime skins and stuff, with the custom stuff. So yeah, I think those things could make them some money. Or, I know it's going to sound bad, but what if they just ask for like $15 or $10 to enter the game too? Like, why not? Like, just have a base like box price for the game too, other than the premium. I think getting the $10 or $20, first of all, it would help with cheating. It would help big time with cheating. When there is some entry requirement, like payment at the beginning to getting into a game, that would reduce cheating as well. So that's like getting you money, first of all, from new players that are coming into the game, because there are going to be new players in the game, I'm pretty sure, because there's many people liking these vehicles, like to play with these vehicles. And then, on the other hand, you are cutting down on cheating, because there is not going to be that appealing to cheat, because if you get banned, then you have to pay it again, then you have to pay it again, then you have to pay it again. A free-to-play game is usually like, there's more cheating going on usually. And I feel like many of the cheaters are cheats so they can get to top tier, or they can like grind out trees and get vehicles faster. I am pretty damn sure that is at least one of the reasons they are cheating. So we would get rid of that too if we would increase the RP gain in games. Then we will still have some cool, unique looking stuff like the Fuji. Like, let me get into the game actually. This is the reason why I got the wolf back. I mean, just look at this thing. It looks so good. I like these nets all over it. It's so much fun. That is the reason I got the leopard as well, because it has the nets. And yeah, that would have been the reason I get myself the Christian, but I already have plenty of stuff to grind out, so I just don't want it at the moment. But even if you look at the new like Fuji, this thing looks gorgeous too. Even the Type 16 looks freaking amazing. And they didn't have to do much. They just put like a net on it. They changed some coloring on it. It's the same vehicle as the one in the Tech 3. The freaking Type 16 just has like chains on the wheels too. You don't have to do much to make something look more appealing than the one variant in the Tech 3. But you shouldn't ask for $60, $70 for them. That is just ridiculous. That is actually goddamn ridiculous. So, I do agree with the sentiment that you should only buy these vehicles on sale. Because that's when they are worth it. They were worth it for me because of my time. I wanna play top tier. I enjoy playing the modern vehicles. So for me, getting premium and getting the premium vehicles was worth it. Because if I did not get these, I probably still been grinding these. Because not usually I think a person has like, in good cases, like 3 to 4 hours of free time a day for play a game. That's the good case. If you're not lucky, you have like 1 to 2 hours. Now, daily 1 to 2 hours without premium and without premium vehicles, I would have to grind for another year to get where I am right now in my tech trees. And that time frame was worth for me that $100 or something that I spent on the game. A bit more, probably more. You have to like kind of weigh in the time and the money question a lot, but overall, I don't think Gaijin should get rid of everything that is like paid, because they are providing a free-to-play service, so they need to be able to keep this up. They need to be able to keep the development up. They need to be able to keep paying the workers. So for that reason, I am okay with the premium and with these things. But the changes that I mentioned, those are changes that should be made for the community too. So for premium vehicles, just to go over again, at least one goddamn backup. Like in general, you have to be able to respawn at least one time with any premium vehicle in the game. That should be a given, and it should be implemented. This whole backup system is just incentivized that you should get there more and more and more, either more premium vehicles or either more backups, so they can make more and more and more money. That's greedy. They should remove that. I think they should be happy that someone took their money and buys their premium vehicle. That should be enough. But still, those premium vehicles are way overpriced. Way overpriced. Paying $70 for one vehicle pack, it's just a joke. Half of it is still a lot. But at least more reasonable, especially on sale. So they should like kind of reduce the prices of premium packs too. For the normal premium, I think the normal premium price is decent. That should not be touched. That's okay. But then the RP gain. The RP gain must be higher. It just must be higher. Because right now the RP changes that are coming, that are like coming into the game, those are not going to solve this issue. So this thing is not going to solve that research issue. Not at all. This is just going to reward the players that are already on top tier. That's it, all it's going to do. Nothing else. Literally nothing else. RP gain overall should change and should be higher. Because people come into the game expecting to play, as they said, the high tier stuff, the high jets, everything. But you're still going to have a bunch of people playing the lower ranks as well. Because people love those things. People love World War II vehicles, people love Cold War vehicles. There's a bunch of like people that would enjoy and play those ranks still. Just because you increase the RP, you're not going to lose players faster or lose players at all. You're going to gain players because they are going to feel more incentivized to grind, because they can get to where they want to be in a reasonable amount of time, and they can to that place with premium even faster. You know. So yeah, that was the rant. It was a long ass rant about the War Thunder stuff, so I hope you enjoyed and I hope you got something out of it. And I do see that they are trying to change stuff, but there is still work to do. I don't really like what this video that we just watched part of. It's trying to, like, you know, the bartenders are trying to make you stupid. Designed to make you stupid. Because, yeah. Free-to-play games have predatory practices. That is a given. That is a known thing. They have microtransactions, they have all these things. But us players, as customers, we cannot expect someone who is providing us with something to give that to us for free, just because we are existing. So we should be expecting to pay some sort of like compensation for the product or whatever service we are receiving. That should be a given, I think. So having the premium vehicles, having skins that you can buy, it's okay, but do not go overboard with it. We don't wanna go into the Genshin Impact category where you have to spend like $300 to guarantee one goddamn character. That is how much you have to pay for one character to guarantee it. So even though I already am that $70 for these new vehicles are the way too much. I'm not going to buy those vehicles for $70. Not a chance. Like, not a freaking chance I'm buying them for that much money. Just no. And you shouldn't either. You should, we as a community should communicate to Gaijin together that these things have to change too. And they should like kind of toe back for it. And if they need money, just put like $10 or $20 on the game on Steam, bro. Leave the free-to-play stuff. Be the buy-to-play with the premium. That should make you enough money. We should make you plenty money. And it would reduce the cheater problem too. Because there is like some sort of an entry requirement. And the cheaters cannot just make new account and just come back into the game. Because that's just ridiculous too. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you had fun. Please leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and see you in the next one.